This is Mario with MIM Microflight once again. I just wanted to do this video as reminiscing some of the old days of radio control. This is a Super Slicks Mini RC made by Radio Shack, I believe. Let's see, where did I see that name, Radio Shack? I guess it must have been the other little car that I did a video on. No, this is made by 2003 Jeffrey Inc. 2003 is the copyright on this little model here. This is a 1/43 or 1/46 scale, I believe. I can take this out. I think I marked it on the 1/43 scale. So this is a 1/43 scale little radio control car. I've been playing with these because I've been itching to do a mini track. I've done mini tracks before, but nothing permanent. And so I've been looking at the turbo micros. I believe they're called. They're 1/76 scale. They're much smaller than this guy right here. Very much in size-wise of this little guy right here, which is this is a Radio Shack product here that I bought also around the same time that these came out. These go back many years. You know, they were talking about 10-15 years or maybe more when these things were released. And so I've come back full circle looking at what's online and what's new. You can tell the antennas are, you know, these long stick type antennas. This runs on 49 megahertz, and then the other one, I have the matching one to this, runs on 27 megahertz, so you could erase these things. So I've been running this little guy here. It's got pretty decent control for being of the time it's from. It's got two micro cordless motors. You can see the cordless motors there. And these, I believe, at the time these came out, you could basically buy the motor as a separate package. You could upgrade it, change the gear ratios via this cover right here. So it was a nice little. It's a nice little, almost in the realm of kind of nearing the hobby grade quality and performance. And so you can see the front also has a bunch of gears there, and that's to establish proportional control. So this does have some decent proportional control. It is quite fast. I just changed the tires on this one. I 3D printed some wheels, some tires from TPU. You can see that the TPU, the shiny part, is still needs to wear out here. So I've been running these on TPU wheels, because the original wheels that were kind of rubbery and very thin, these broke, and then they got brittle over the years, and so I had to replace those. I can't find them online. Replacement for wheels for these. Maybe there's a company that has this, these particular sizes. I have not found them. So I decided to just 3D print some wheels, some tires for these, and this one in particular has been running pretty decent. Of course, this one it requires a larger track. I run this in my backyard in about I would say about 30 by 50 foot pad. Concrete pad, and it runs just fine. This material that I have here is on my lap here is a sort of a this is used for machines that just pads for machines that can sit on top, and it's kind of rubbery layer with I think these are infused with maybe fiberglass strands or something like that. So I bought these at Harbor Freight a long time ago as well, these rubber pads, so that I can use them as pads for my mini mills and CNC machines. And so I had a couple of these, and I've been experimenting to see if these run any better here, and definitely, of course, they do, because the TPU is able to grip a lot tighter, on this rubbery surface. So I've been playing with the idea of making just doing a full track, a more permanent track with this material, or even EVA foam. So I'm looking into purchasing a large roll that I can just cut and make my track from there. I'm also 3D printing some tracks that I'm going to be using for these guys, and that's for my grandkids to run these things without too much effort on the steering. These, when you have an open track, you have to still steer it, and you have to, sometimes they get stuck, and you have to backtrack and then continue with the track. These, from the time, were pretty decent. This one has this one here. I have the yellow version of this. It's somewhere on my other table, but that one's open. And same thing with these. The tires are worn out, and so I'm about to replace the tires on this one with TPU. These TPU tires that I printed recently, and so those will go on that guy. But TPU, being the type of material that it is, it's not like the foam rubber, so it doesn't work too well on concrete or smooth surfaces, because it tends to drift. I don't like drift cars. I don't know what the fad is with drift cars. I mean, the whole point of cars is in the old days, you wanted better grip on the wheels, so they could grip so it could grip the surface that it's riding on, and you could have better control. Drift cars, they're all drifting all over the place. You have no control over these things. As they kind of just skid around. That to me is not is not really attractive, and so I don't like drift cars. But with these TPU wheels, they tend to perform they tend to drift a little bit because they slide. It doesn't have that grip, that you would want in an oval track or for racing. So I guess some people like drifting. They don't like. I like racing. I like the cars to have a grip so that you can corner, nice and tight without losing control of the car. And so I prefer, surfaces and wheels and tires that are going to give you that level of grip performance. And so I've been playing with these little guys, like I said, for various reasons, and so I decided to take these out. Unfortunately, the batteries on these gave out. Those batteries are the old nickel metal hydrides, and these are 2.4 volts. It's just two little cells here. So I replaced these on this one here, and that's the reason for this this connector here, so that I can use it with 1S LiPo. These are 20 to 40C discharge, or 2040C is the rating on these 300 milliamp hour batteries, single cell lithium polymers, and that's what I've been using to run these cars, and I have been having a ball with these vintage cars. I am going to get the couple of those mini turbos, the Mini Coopers, and I like the Mini Coopers. They look kind of cool, kind of cute little cars. For my grandkids, I think those will be fun once I continue finishing the 3D printed track that I showed in my other video. That's so they can run them via radio control with minimal steering effort. That's the reason for the track. But I also want to make an open track using EVA foam sheets or this rubbery material here, so that these things have better grip, with these TPU wheels, or even just the regular wheels, the rubber wheels. So this is something that I've been working on, and I thought it'd be interesting to do a video of this particular brand, the Super Slicks. I have about three of these controls and cars. that I bought at the time, and I was going to toss this away. I was going to give it a, I was going to send them to Goodwill, and then I decided, well, let me see what I can do with them. I was losing faith, but after changing the battery on this one, it just popped. I really brought it back to life, even though it is, you know. It is using 49 megahertz instead of the 2.4 gigahertz, which is typical hobby grade frequencies for radio control. But I thought it'd be interesting if you remember these. Put it in the comments below. If you remember this, or if you think this is kind of cool. Like I said, this is old technology, but considering the time that this came out for this particular size, we're talking about again, we're talking 10, 15, 20 years ago. They have this I would say has better control than this guy here, and I'm able to run it in a smaller area with very tight turns, because they do have, this one doesn't show, we can't see the gearing setup with the cordless motor that's inside here. There's two little tiny cordless motors, and I think this was the start of these mini turbo cars that have come out in the past. I believe 3 years ago, those Mini Coopers started to surface. I kind of missed that because I haven't been into cars that much. Most of the stuff that I've been into is aircraft, but I'm tired of that. So I'm kind of coming back to cars and who knows what else. Helicopters, all that stuff I've done, and once in a while you get tired and you want to go back, to just the basic radio control stuff, and what more basic than a car, right? So, if you think this is kind of interesting, if you have similar stories with these little Super Slicks, if you still have them, if you still run them, put them in the comments below. I would like to know, how many people still have these things still running. So, at least, I think if we change the batteries, that's all you need to do. Is just remove the battery and put one of these connectors here so that you can plug the battery. And it's really easy to charge this. You have a separate charger. You just remove the battery, pop another one there, and you go off race. And you don't have to be locked into those old nickel metal hydrides from back in the day. So anyway, let me know what you think. This is Mario once again with my Microflight. Just some fun stuff that I've been working on. Stay tuned for more.